Hello and welcome to the Thursday Night Football free word preview. From now on, I will do every primetime game with a free word preview as a separate video so we can spend a little bit more time. But, as it stands, we will start with one that's probably going to suck. And my storyline for this is aka one of those. And one of those Thursday Night Football that are most likely going to suck. Because Bills are more than 12-point favorites. And so far, they are one of the best teams in the football, as everybody would thought. On the other side, Dolphins are the exact opposite. 0-2, and really there is not much good to say about this football team. Which is why it's really mind-boggling that this is the Thursday Night Football that we are getting in week 3. I mean, have you not seen this coming? If you wanted like rivals from the same division, I would rather watch Cardinals versus 49ers or even like Panthers versus Falcons. Like pretty much any other game than this. Because it's like, after the first drive, it's most likely over. I mean, if the game was played at Miami in this heat, with the big home field advantage in terms of heat and September, maybe, but at Buffalo, I want to watch a good game when it's prime time, and this is most likely not going to be one. But today I will tell you about, is there any hope for Dolphins how to handle this matchup? And I think it's going to depend on some of the key matchups within the players in this one. So the Bills are missing at 11, and that could be huge because their interior defensive line is not actually that great. And their rookie in DJ Sanders so far, he's not been a disaster, but he's definitely not been a solution. On the other side, to me, the best Dolphins player that is right now on their roster, perhaps not best, but the most important one, especially in terms of their offense, is Devon Achane. I think he is the offense. It's not Tyreek, it's not Jalen Waddle. I think it's Devon Achane. Whether it's running the ball or catching it, he has been excellent. This is his stats from last year. Close to 1,500 yards, 1 yard short, really special on the ground as well as in receiving game. And, I feel like if Miami wants to win this game, their game plan needs to be about Devon Achane, aka run the goddamn football, and especially run it down the middle, because the offensive line is not necessarily great. So make their job slightly easier by just trying to run block, not protect Tua that, his packet present is very, very limited. Let's put it this way. And now, what is perhaps the other angle for the Dolphins to try to abuse in this one? Well, they need something much better from their defensive line, because it's defensive line they have spent a ton of. Chubb Robinson, Walter Nolan in this job, Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb. Come on, where are you guys? And especially Chubb, where the hell are you? You were an absolute revelation in the second part of the season last year. So far this year, he's nowhere to be found. And that was kind of what you counted about. Benito Jones and Walter Nolan kind of plugging the hole in the middle and unleash these pass rushers, because you have Bradley Chubb back and you have Jalen Phillips back. So it should have been absolutely your strength. You don't have a great secondary, but you can compensate with a pass rush of Chubb, Jalen, and Bradley. But so far, what is going on? There is nothing, man. It's really mind-boggling. I think they have the best defensive lineman has 3 pressures from them. Oh God, what are we doing? And it's not like they have played some, Eagles type of offensive lines. Not really. You have played Colts. That's a good one, but with a mobile Daniel Jones behind. So you should get your hands on Daniel Jones. And then you played Patriots, which is absolutely work in progress. So come on, guys. And, if you let Josh sit in the bucket, he's going to freaking pick you apart. On the other side, you have DeAndre Hopkins. John Gruden calls him potentially the best left tackle in football. Okay, that's far. That's way too far. But I think DeAndre Hopkins is just a perfect left tackle over Josh Allen. He's not the best, in my eyes. I think he is on the verge of top 10 for left tackles, which is still damn freaking good because, well, let's face it, there is so many great left tackles. And Dion is really good. He has one problem. It's penalties. It's again happening this year. He already has 2 penalties. He allowed 1 sack. So, push him. Try to put this offense into a negative yardage situation, because then you perhaps could see them struggle. Because if they are on time, Josh is going to absolutely pick you apart with his legs and with short yardage, like high percentage throw. So I think if Miami wants to win, path could go this way. Now, the third angle that I was able to find after a long thinking is Minkah Fitzpatrick, because so far Minkah has been good, but they did not bring him back to be good. They brought him back to be a difference maker, to be a guy that is allowing you to give extra possessions, forcing fumbles, going for interceptions, being a playmaker. So far, nothing like that. Like, he is a good safety, but that's not even how we describe him in preseason show. So they need for him to be his former self. And I'm not sure if it's there, because I don't think we've seen this type of Minkah for better part of 2 seasons right now. So I was not happy for Dolphins to make this trade, because I don't think they've come up on top. Losing Jono Smith was actually quite an underrated part of this trade that I feel like causing them some trouble. And unless Minkah can give them something close to Xavier McKinney, what he gave to Packers, I don't think you will look at this trade positively for the Fins. On the other side, you have Christian Benford, and there is a reason why neither Tyreek Hill nor Jalen Waddle necessarily eat up defensive, especially the secondary of the Bills. And Christian Benford is one of those reasons. He is a damn good corner. Now, can he face, once again, these two speed threats and, man them up and really cover them up? I definitely think so. But if there is perhaps one slight weakness or slight ding on Christian, he does not have elite speed. He has great speed. He does not have elite speed. Jalen and Tyreek could possess elite speed on their days. So perhaps. But at the end of the day, Miami are huge underdogs for a good reason. Tua is playing quite poorly so far, and like there is not much you can like look at this team and be like, oh yeah, there's something good, because it might be an absolute fire sale for the Dolphins. We predicted this kind of 2 years ago, prior to last year, when I'm like, there is a team that in my eyes is the lowest in terms of chances to win Super Bowl in the next 5 years, and I think it was Dolphins. And so far, unfortunately, so good. This roster is good-ish, or was good-ish, but absolutely not good enough, and far from great. So unless this defensive line absolutely figure their shit out, they can get after the passer and deliver like 4, 5, 6 types of performance, forcing some penalties, especially on DeAndre Hopkins, Minkah being a playmaker, and they could run effectively the ball, well, then it could be a game. Unless that's going to happen, I don't really see how the Buffalo is going to lose this one.